Gage Mines, Micah Frankel. We're at a press conference. Who do we see hanging out?
Oh, man.
Felipe Chavez, about to be back in the ring for BKFC Fight Night, Albuquerque. Third time around in that ring.
Yes,
How's that
sir.
sound, sir?
Oh, man, it's exciting, especially here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, my home state, where I come from, where all the badass fighters come from. New Mexico is the place. We're bred here for fighting, you know? So I'm excited to get in there. I mean, I've been working hard. Now I got 2 fight experience, minus all my street fights, you know? Bare-Knuckle. This is New Mexico.
You know, there is experience. There's experience.
There's a lot.
But there's also getting back, it looks like, in the mold of it, because you're looking like an athlete once again.
Yeah, I am. You know, I'm 41 years old. I retired 10, 11 years ago from MMA, and I still had that fight in me. It was still a part of me, you know, and started training my boys. I had a good friend of mine, Chris Avila, move out to Texas. I was in Texas for 6 years, and he moved close to me. So we started training, and man, I still got a lot of fight left in me. My first BKFC fight was a tough guy, you know, Michael Mano. Big boy, 175. They threw me to the dogs, and I put my hands on him, and I sliced him up. I don't know, he probably had like 100 stitches on his face. Next fight, undefeated fighter, and dropped him with 2 hits, you know. The jab, I didn't even throw my right, just with the jab. And now this camp, I'm ready to display myself at the top of my game. I've moved back home to New Mexico, so now I have my mountains. I'm in the elevation training. I'm living in my hometown where I grew up, Socorro, New Mexico. And if you know about Socorro, it's a tough town. We're some gangster cowboys out there. We have our mountains. We got high elevation. I go up to the mountains every chance I get. And me and my son Gabriel, we go do mint work. We go run. We train up there deep in the mountains. You have to have a 4-wheel drive to get out there. So for this fight, I'm fighting a guy named Derrick Finnley from Chicago. Derrick Superman Finnley has a lot of knockouts. He's a game opponent, tough guy. I'm excited to put my hands on him in this elevation.
You bring up Socorro. You bring up returning to your roots. So there's a couple of different aspects I want to bring up in that. There's the fighting for the pride of your hometown, being that small town, being that notable guy, and returning there. That kind of, I gotta believe that brings some other kind of motivation and feelings towards fighting and towards what you're doing.
It does. It's where I started. I started boxing at 9 years old, you know, and I got a bunch of good friends and, you know, that out there, and they're more like family to me. The people of Socorro are family to me. And lots of people of Albuquerque as well. You know, I started training out here at 16 with Greg Jackson. You know, everybody knows Diego Sanchez is my brother. We're best friends since we were kids, since we were born, you know. And man, just coming home is just so awesome. The people here, the environment, the energy. I love New Mexico. I love you, New Mexico.
9 months back here at home. It's been great to have you around. But real quick, back to those first 2 fights. What do you feel was the difference in your performance and how you felt and how your game progressed from that first BKFC fight where Michael Mano was a big boy? It took a little bit to, like you said, 2 clean shots to get that second victory. That's a lot of progression.
Hard work. You know, I'm not going to lie. The first fight, you know, you have ring rust, right? I had a little bit of ring rust, plus all the people. Not to mention the elevation, because I was training in Texas, right?
Right, you came back here and you felt what everybody else was going through that whole time they fought you.
I made sure for the next fight that I came out to New Mexico early. Took some time off of work, came out, got in my mountains, got with my team, and it felt great. You know, to get the knockout, I was surprised myself. I thought I was going to have a war. I said, man, I'm going to have a war. I watched the fight before, and they went at it. They were bloody. They were cut up. Their hands were busted up. My opponent had fought. He had fought a boxer from Miami. Those boxers in Miami, they're good. They're tough, and they fought at sea level. They went at it. It was a war. So I said, I got a war, but that's what I want. I do this to test myself. I do this to represent New Mexico to represent my family, the Chavez family, and to show my kids that it's never too late. Anything you put your mind to, as long as you put that work in, you can accomplish it.
Very true, very true.
You can.
You said you expect wars. Is that what you're expecting on the 28th here, Kiva Auditorium, against Derrick Finnley?
I am. The guy has over 30 knockouts, professional knockouts, boxing, with big gloves. So you can imagine the impact without a glove, right? But I'm well prepared. I'm confident. I know I put the work in, and I'm ready.
Is this the kind of fight after 2 there with BKFC that you wanted?
It is. I want any fight. I just want to fight, you know. A lot of people are like, I want the bout. I want this guy calling people out. I ain't calling nobody out. I'm going to do my talking with my hands. I'm going to work my way up with these bad boys right here and my corazón, my heart.